Hi, this is Stephen Brower from Mountain Valley Community College. This is part 3. I do apologize for the part 3 of the demo for File Explorer for computer literacy. Maybe you Utes won't remember this, but Columbo on TV, he always had one more thing. Well, one more thing. And I thought of it actually while I was doing part 2, and I wanted to regroup and figure out the best way to do it. So between part 2 and now, I modified some of those documents. And if you notice, a couple things. One is the sizes of these 3 documents are now different, and the times are different. So the part 3 part that I didn't do in the part 2, I apologize, was changing the sort order. So this little caret here by default is saying that this folder here is being sorted ascending by name. And if I click it again, now it's going to go sort descending by name. And so the various things that are here, like if we do have multiple types, we can sort by the types we have. If there's sizes, so here's descending by size, ascending by size, and then modified. By doing descending by modified, then there's the last document that I had worked on. Or if I do ascending by date modified, then there's the first document that I had worked on. So the File Explorer, okay, oops. Another reason why I'm doing a part 3. I never explained the view. And so up here in the view, I'm in details mode. And if you're in list mode, you're not going to see those things. It's the details mode where we actually go and see the details. There are other things here. These other ones here help more if we're dealing with things like pictures. But if we have icons, right here, since it's only dealing with Word documents, it's not making a difference. But if I had pictures, then it would stand out a little bit more, the fact that there are, we'd see a thumbnail in the sense of the picture. But anyway, coming back here, the detail mode. So the detail mode, using the mouse, I'm going in and then picking how to sort. As you do notice that there is here the ability to go through, well, the menu as well. For me, the fastest thing is for dealing with these. The other thing, and this is the thing I did in part 2, and I realized, oh geez, I should explain this. When you move your mouse between these, you see how the mouse pointer changes? Like right here, it's in the 11 o'clock position. And if I move to the right, it now becomes this dark vertical bar with a left and right arrow. That's for resizing. And so the idea is if I click and drag, I either can make this bigger or smaller. If I double click, it'll fit to size. So like here, these things are being chopped off. If I move my mouse between the type and the size and double click, it'll fit the column to the width of what's there. And then we can go and then we can, alter it a bit. For purposes of this early in the course, I'm not going to go in and get into things like adding columns, but you actually can change the columns that are here, or even, for that matter, move the columns around. The bell tolls for me. Let me just pause for a second. Okay, sorry. I had a reminder there. So I almost feel like this is probably overwhelming for the beginning of the semester. The nice thing about the videos is you always can go back and maybe pick, play something again. But I think for the beginning of the semester, this is now. No, one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm being Columbo. And that is, let me just expand this a little bit more. One of the things that is here is this preview pane. And the idea with the preview pane, and I can actually go and resize this as well in terms of how much is being resizing, that if I go and click on one of the documents, then it will give a preview of what's, okay, this is how I made it big. I did stick a picture of the cat. I was trying to get the file size large. I figured that's the fastest thing to do. Sorry. But we can get a peek at the documents by being in the preview pane. And so I forgot I did that. Oh, God. anyway, so with the preview pane on, if you have a series of files and you're not kind of sure what they are, you can use the preview pane. I composed myself. I'm sorry. If I was thinking this through or planning it out, I would have used different. No, I wouldn't have. I probably would have done exactly the same thing. But I do apologize for laughing hysterically on it. So anyway, it's when you do have a number of files in a folder, and you kind of don't remember what they are, by using the preview pane, then you can go in and at least peek and see the contents of the files. And you can deselect the preview pane, and then it's not on. Now, those documents that I have were just kind of silly documents, meaning they're simple documents, and possibly if you're dealing with Word and you have more complex documents you're working on, the preview may not look like what the actual document is, but it may just give you enough of a peek to see the content, the words that are in it, so you have a rough idea on what something is in terms of the words. Like, let's say you have a folder and you have homework number 1, you have homework 1, and you have homework 1, O-N-E spelled out. And you forget, wait, which one is for calculus, which one's for physics, which one's for literacy. And this way, in the preview, you can go and click on it, and just by getting a glimpse into the file, then you know, is it calculus or physics or computer literacy? Okay, unless I think of one more thing, I think this is now File Explorer. I thank you for your patience, for my silliness. Okay.